Okay, so we're here at the Hyatt Hotel right outside of Gamescom in Cologne, catching up with Johan Andersson, who's in the fortunate position of having launched this game already. So you're not quite as stressed as everyone who's trying to get their games out here at Gamescom and who really don't want to be here. They want to be home with the dev team, but you're in a little bit more relaxed position.
Yeah, I could say that. But I don't really think anyone that gets away from the crunch mode to go to Germany really wants to be home.
Well, okay, but yeah, maybe they feel somewhere in their conscience that they should be back home helping the others. But yeah,
that's probably true.
So EU4, of course, it's been sort of such a huge, big project for you guys. You've been working on a very long time. What can you say about the sort of the journey that you've had with the game since you started? I'm sure you'd always had in the back of your mind that you wanted to do EU4 ever since EU3, but what the sort of the last few years of the journey?
Yeah. Sometimes when you make sequels, you tend to do like, oh well, let's add this, let's add that, remove this, remove that, and bam, you smack something out. But for EU4 we felt like we wanted to make it both revolution and evolution at the same time. God, that sounds like I'm in sales or something. Not that it is wrong to be in sales, but
not that there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah. So we wanted to like keep all the stuff, don't remove features from EU3, keeping the same like scope and fun, but while taking some systems and rethink them completely from the scratch. And that's like the trade, the monarch power, the what's it called, the entire feeling of interconnection as have been. It's kind of like we took like, yeah, it's the same person, but we replaced the skeleton and the skin, but you still recognize the person.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can relate to that simile, but I'm fine with that. And one of the things you sort of announced at the sort of the tail end of the development was the fact that people could import their CK2 things. Was that always in the works? Because that's something like a little bit of a dream feature, I'm sure, for your longtime fans to be able to do that.
Yeah, I may have promised in various interviews that there was going to be one and that we wanted one, and the dev teams were going like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "Well, I want one, so you're going to have to make one."
Don't wait for the modders to do it.
Modders can't really do it that easily. But then Henrik Freyas, the project lead for CK2, came up with some brilliant solutions for it, and we ended up with making it, and it works, and people like it, and kind of it really increased the pre-order numbers when we announced that one.
So the salespeople were happy.
Yeah, I guess everyone's happy. The fans are happy. We're happy. The sales are happy.
But you realize that you just made it so that you may have to do this again.
Yeah, but with the solutions we have, it's not that hard of a work. We just like when we make, let's say, when we make Victoria 3, we probably have to have an EU4 to Victoria 3 converter. It's probably harder if we ever make a Rome sequel because there's like 1,000 years or something in between. That wouldn't work.
Well, it would take, maybe you'd have to simulate, build a game in between, simulate what's gonna.
Yeah, random.
Just random. Is that the secret? Just random.
Well, that solves a lot of things, I guess, but no, we haven't used it there.
All right, so you gotten quite positive critiques for the game. Have you got anything to say about the response that you've been getting so far from the reviews?
Well, what do I say? It's been, we've gotten like close to 90s at most places. Some places give us 7 out of 10 for some weird reason. So, but it's
maybe they don't like it so much. I don't know.
Yeah, but some people have different. Metacritic has the same value for everyone, but some people say 7 is good and some say 7 is abysmal, and It's weird.
Don't get me started on Metacritic. I don't even think it's that simple that everything is the same because they're weighed actually. The different sites are weighed in on. It's a science.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone is has their own opinions about that system, but it's been going pretty well on reviews. The fans like it, and it's selling nicely, and it's a positive vibe.
Have you been able to play any online games after the launch and sort of gotten a feel from what players have been experiencing online?
Not really me, because I've been going here on Sunday, and before that I have a lot of stuff to do in my personal life. So yeah, so
But you've been sort of course that's an important thing to sort of get the vibe of what the player base is. Not just read the forums, but actually play with the players.
yeah, we have a few people on the dev team that are playing with them, and we have gotten a lot of reports in from our, what's it called, beta testers or ambassadors that are playing with people and then telling us what the customers like.
So we briefly talked before here. You don't have any DLC to announce for us right now, right here, but you're working towards DLC. And can people expect something similar to what you've been doing with Crusader Kings II, or
Similar but different. That doesn't say anything, but
it doesn't say anything? But
well, we can't do what we did in CK2 and unlocks new stuff to play, because you can play everything in EU. But we want to add stuff that enhances certain aspects of the game, like a DLC that focus on, like, let's say we make one for war, we make one for exploration, we make one for trade, make one for button clicking. No, never mind, that wouldn't sell. No, but there's so much stuff. I have like pages upon pages of ideas that we could add. So
it's all about whittling it down to something that you can put out in one.
Yeah, we need to like get a bunch of stuff together that fits in a concept that can be put into a minor expansion on a 9.99 stuff in a reasonable time frame, and then get it out.
But people should expect you. You know, it's not going to be that long until the first one is announced, or what do you think?
God, I think at least a month until the first one, so maybe 2.
That's not a lot of time though, so that's pretty soon.
Yeah, but we're with the concept we're doing on CK2 and EU4. It's kind of like a subscription model for strategy gamers, and that you get shitloads of stuff for free every second or third month with new patches with lots of features. But then if you want to have like some extra stuff, you can pay for them. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's a nice business model because you get what you pay for, but you also get shitloads of stuff for free.
That's a good way of doing it. So I guess you're gonna keep one team on doing DLC and supporting the game, so forth. But I guess you're also looking towards what you're gonna do next. Do you have any plans? What's next for the main team?
We actually have multiple teams now at PDS. After Crusader King, after the success of Hotshot III, then Crusader Kings II, and now this, we have grown our team quite significantly. When we released Hotshot III, we were 8 people. We're 34, 35 now.
So you can make, I don't know, four games at the same time?
We actually have 5 teams right now. One team is working on CK2 DLCs and expansions, and it will continue doing that because CK2 sells better and better and better, which is weird. Then one team will continue doing EU4, and then we have 3 projects in the pipeline. A few just started, and one will be announced.
Don't promise too much.
I don't know when it's. God, PR is decided, but I don't. At latest on the ParadoxCon.
So early next year at the latest.
Yeah, and so yes, we have 3 new games in the pipeline.
Interesting news. Thank you very much for your time, Johan.
Yeah, no problem. Have a fun day.